Hi everybody. Here's some stuff that we didn't have a chance to go over in class today, and I just want to make sure you're prepared because I won't be here on Friday. Just a reminder, your Snowglobe story should contain both the passé composé and the imparfait, and I think everybody's does because I looked at everybody's draft. You want to have at least one weather expression, and you took notes on those last class. You need to have some idiomatic expressions with faire, or at least one, for example, weather expressions. And then at least one or two idiomatic expressions with avoir. We took notes on those last class as well. I have a quick question, and we didn't have a chance to go over this today because I forgot it was a short class. Which verbs tend to want to use the imparfait? Do you guys remember? We talked about the fact that most of the idiomatic expressions with avoir need the imparfait. Another one we have to really be aware of is the verb devoir. If you mean must in the past tense, like had to, that takes the imparfait. Vouloir, if you wanted something, if you are trying to express wanted, then you would use the imparfait as well. We talked about the expression avoir lieu, which means to take place. So Sunfest a lieu à West Palm Beach. Sunfest a eu lieu à West Palm Beach would be Sunfest took place in West Palm Beach. So here we're just taking the passé composé of a eu, okay? And pardon, if you're watching this, I actually feel really sorry for you, by the way. All right, so let's go over this really quickly. You guys do have this written in your notes, and you should have a color photocopy that I gave out, unless your name is Abby or Tat, and I have a color photocopy for you taped to the whiteboard over here. So remember, subject pronouns, object pronouns, and indirect object pronouns. So this is what we didn't get to finish in class. So if you were to say he leads me, like he leads me to the cave, we know the verb is conduire. So you're going to say something, you're going to say il, let's get rid of that, il me conduit, because it's having to do with I, right? I or me. And we're going to use a direct object pronoun. This should say direct. A direct object pronoun. And where does the pronoun go? It always goes right before the verb, right? So, il me conduit. And then we see in the passé composé, il m'a conduit, right? So it still goes before the verb, and this happens to be the verb. In the passé composé, it's got two parts. It goes before all of the verb. He asks me. How would you say he asks me? Il me demande. Il me demande. Il me demande. He asked me. Il m'a demandé. I'm just going to move my cursor. Oops, too late. He shows me. Il. Now look, it's montré à. We need an indirect object pronoun. What's the indirect object pronoun for me or I? Oh, it's me. Same thing. So, il me montre. He showed me. Il m'a montré. So far, so good. What about we offer them? So, proposer à means to offer. If you say offrir, it means to give as a gift. So we have to use proposer to mean offer. We offer them, so look, it's going to be an indirect object pronoun because it takes à. So let's look at our indirect object pronouns. How do you say them? Uh-oh, we don't know if it's a boy or girl. We don't know if it's feminine or masculine. What do? Oh, there's not a problem, because no matter whether it's masculine or feminine, we're going to use leur. So we're off the hook there. Nous, leur proposons. Right? Nous leur proposons. Now, what about we offered them? It's in the passé composé now. So we're going to do the same thing. Nous leur avons proposé. Now here's a little kink. Okay, here's our problem. What if we want to make these negative? We know that we use ne and pas, and that's where it can be a little bit weird and problematic. If I want to make this negative, I say il ne me conduit pas. So ne and pas go around the pronoun verb cluster, nice word, in the present tense. But what about in the passé composé? A little bit trickier, okay? It's not that tricky. It's what you learned before about the passé composé. The ne and pas go around the auxiliary verb. So, il ne m'a pas conduit. Il ne m'a pas conduit. Il me demande. Il ne me demande pas. It's the present tense, right? Present tense, it goes around the pronoun verb cluster. That has to become a thing. We need to turn that into an official term. The pronoun verb cluster. Okay? Il ne me demande pas. But in the passé composé, it goes around the auxiliary verb. You say the auxiliary verb cluster, if you want. Il ne m'a pas demandé. Il ne me montre pas. Il ne m'a pas montré. Nous ne leur proposons pas. It's the present tense. In the passé composé, nous ne leur avons pas proposé. Okay? Now, Patrick, what I have to tell you is, for some reason I didn't return your homework to you. It is taped over there on the whiteboard. Please come and get it. Jonathan, I think you're the one who was using the passé composé with object pronouns and you needed it in the past tense. So this will help you. Okay, so I've mentioned both of you. I can erase these. The last thing I want to talk to you about is stuck inside. I was stuck inside. Okay, so if you're saying, I was stuck inside the snow globe forevermore. I was stuck inside the snow globe. Okay, well, it's the past tense, isn't it? Is it description? Is it imparfait? Or is it passé composé? Is it what happened? I got stuck, or I became stuck? Or is it description? I was stuck. Does it answer what happened? Like, I became stuck. Or is it what was happening? What were the conditions? I was stuck. Okay? It's probably conditions, and you're probably going to use imparfait. So that's great. You know it's going to be the imparfait. The next thing is you've got to figure out the verb, right? So the verb, stuck. So if you look it up on word reference, you're probably going to find this verb. Coincé. Coincé. Oopsie. I'm being really dumb here, aren't I? Because guess what? This is the verb we're going to be working with. I was. And this, as it turns out, is going to be an adjective. But this is one of those exciting adjectives that's based on the past participle of the verb. So what do you think the past participle of coincé is? Coincé. By the way, it works exactly the same way in English. To stick, stuck. I stick the tape to the paper. I stuck to the tape to the paper. I was stuck. Same exact thing, okay? So we're actually using the past participle. Well, it's an adjective, but the past participle and the adjective are exactly the same in so many cases, just like in English, okay? So you're going to use the imparfait of this verb, that verb, because this is an adjective. It's not a verb. So you're going to say, J'étais coincé if you're a boy. And if you're a girl, you were coincé. Okay? Last thing I have to tell you. One of you guys had something like, I started working. Is this what happened or what was happening? If it's what happened, what was happening, it's I was working. But if you started to do something, it started to rain, you started to work, he started to cry, that's passé composé. Okay? So we could either say, so I started working and I started to work. It means exactly the same thing in English, doesn't it? And here again is one of those examples of a sentence that you can say two ways in English, but there's only one way to say it in French. J'ai commencé, à travailler. J'ai commencé à travailler. Okay? And I think that's everything for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you are in my class right now, you have to leave a comment so that I know you watched it. Okay? Thank you. And maybe use your initials if your name is actually Ben, but your screen name is object verb cluster, then you probably better write your initials in your comment. Thank you so much. Bye.